Hello, everyone.
I am Scary.
And I'm Dustin. This is Stud or Scrub. Who's who? You decide. Thank you for joining us for this, our 186th installment where Scary and I share all of our practice tournaments, meta thoughts, and lists to discuss the world of competitive 40K. We're back this week. We missed last week because life happened, but we're back this week because Warhammer life happened, and there's a lot to talk about. So we are here to talk about it, ironically, on a podcast where we talk.
Is that what we do?
You listen. I mean, sometimes. Sometimes we talk too much, and that happens. Scary before this was like, okay, let's make sure we don't go too long, otherwise we're going to talk too much. Like, yeah, that's terrible for a podcast. You don't want to talk. That's the worst thing you can do on a podcast is talk, right?
That does sound like that's something like I would say.
It is.
Is it?
It absolutely is. We have Data Slate and we have Grotmiss, kind of. We kind of have Grotmiss.
Wait, kind of?
We kind of have Grotmiss.
Dustin, what are you doing? What are you doing?
All right, man. Don't worry, guys. If you don't know how to work Google or YouTube, GW's got you covered for painting, man. They'll tell you exactly which one of their paints to buy to paint some Trader Legions, and as long as you know the internet well enough to go to the community page or their Facebook page, I guess.
Is that how this goes?
So far, hey guys, we got these paint things for you. Like, all those things that are on the back of every single box you sell us. Oh, okay, thanks guys, appreciate it. Woo!
Love it.
Oh man, but I'm glad we got all this power armor detachments. We were lacking in the power armor detachments. We were lacking. We need some.
Okay, I need to stop you. Like, you need to stop. You just stop. You don't even play a real faction.
Oh my God, you're gonna make me rant about that now. Fuck you. Okay, here comes a goddamn rant about that, guys. I want to know how many people realize this. Okay, look back at the announcement on the Warhammer community page when they announced all the factions on the data slate when they announced all the factions. Every single fucking faction, whether they got something or not, were mentioned in that post. Even if they didn't get anything, they said, yeah, they're not getting anything, this is why. Except Imperial Agents, sure, it's a new faction. No,
they're not a faction.
They're not a faction. And Gene Stealer Cult. Look back. It is the only faction that, even though it didn't get anything, still wasn't even fucking mentioned. Not a, yeah, they were already hit pretty hard last day, so we left them alone for this one. Not a, yeah, they're fully balanced. They're at a 51% win rate, so we didn't need to touch them. They don't fucking exist, apparently. It is the most aggravating thing. Fuck off.
I was like, what was it? When was that? On Tuesday or Wednesday? Was it
Wednesday?
Tuesday?
Yeah. So yesterday.
Wednesday.
It was yesterday.
So yesterday. So here I am. I'm like filming at Mini Wargaming. We're having a great time. And like, after we're done filming, like 5 o'clock in the afternoon or whatever, I check my phone and there's this giant wall of text of Dustin just ranting.
I was so mad.
I had to read so many messages of Dustin ranting. Oh my gosh, it made me smile so much and laugh so much.
It was aggravating. I was so mad. Like, are you fucking serious? Like, at first, like, all right, they don't mention this. We didn't get anything. I mean, that's not a big deal. Then I read, it's like, wait, they mentioned that Guard didn't get anything, just got an attachment. They mentioned Space Wolves. What the fuck? What? We are like the ugly middle stepchild of 40K right now. It's so fucking humiliating. Oh, I hate it. Oh my God.
As I said, not a real faction, buddy.
Apparently
Let's
not.
go.
We have not been acknowledged by our creators.
You're just
so.
Tyranid food.
Not even. Not even. Maybe if we got mentioned in like the Tyranid part, yeah.
You were Tyranid food.
We were Tyranid food. Yeah,
that's right. Now you exist as just a side note.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man. Anyway,
just awful. But anyway, let's talk about the.
Needless to say, every day they've been doing that. And of course, yesterday they released the December balance update, balance data slate, Minotaur field manual, and of course, as always, there are tons of different places you can go and get like full-on breakdowns and like winners and losers and a whole variety of different things. Mm-hmm. That's not exactly what you're going to get here.
Yes, we don't do that.
Or we're going to give you some actual information.
Yeah, we can give you some actual information. We'll give you like more what we think about our specific faction, sure, but yeah. We're not doing it over everything. We're not going over everything. Just the major updates. So, I mean, I think the one that got hit the most that people talk about is Eldar, because
but you know what? It's like so now Eldar can go back to being a faction that people who play Eldar can play.
Okay, I guarantee you, if I go back maybe a dozen episodes, we'll be having the exact same conversation of, oh man, Eldar got hit really hard. I guess they're dead. And then I go back another 8 episodes before that. Oh man, Eldar got hit really hard. I guess they're dead. This is a conversation that we have very often, and they never fucking die, okay? Their codex is so deep with all the shit that they can do and all the detachments, they're fine. Fuck off.
Yeah, they're fine.
You just have to build something else that you actually have to interact with your opponent.
Oh, I'm sorry, Eldar
I'm so sorry.
You can't just kill 5 tanks with fire dragons and then jump back into your transport and then do it again next turn after your transport moved 30,000 inches over buildings and stuff to get to where I need to go. Oh, I'm sorry.
Nobody feels sorry for you. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Nobody.
It's just it might make people take some of the other options, right?
Yeah, let's see some new shit.
Some other stuff.
Bring some different shit. I want to see new stuff. Kill me with different stuff. I know you can. I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it as well. We still have giant striking scorpion bricks, and we still have, I still think Banshees and Jaints are very good. You still have the ability to get into your transport. You have to do it after fighting. It's a
massive codex with things that I still don't see much anymore, and they're still good. So try them. You might like them.
That's right.
I don't feel bad for you. At least you exist. All right?
That's true. That's true. At least you are remembered.
At least you are remembered.
Some faction, I don't even know which faction we were talking about earlier. Whatever.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, I think the most aside from Eldar, the ones that were hit the most were Admech and Sisters, and I do feel like they were hit fairly. I don't think it was
especially the Admech. I had the opportunity to play. Yeah, I had the opportunity to play into the Hallis Creed Admech build with the changes, and even with the changes, I was like, you still have so much stuff.
They're still fine.
You still have so many things.
And, they were undercosted before. Let's be real. They were undercosted. 100%. Everybody knows it. They might not admit it, but you know it.
Knows it. You do. Anybody who you can just see every Admech player with a giant grin on their face.
No, it's fine. They have the stupid grin they can't get off the face, no matter how much they smack it. No, they're fine. It's not under cost. I don't know what you're talking about. It's fine. Other things are more broken. No, it's fine.
Don't get me wrong. It was nice. Admech every time. I don't know what it is about. There's a couple of factions that whenever they're really good in the meta, it's it just feels bad. You know what? Whenever any faction is very good, it just makes everybody sad.
Well, it's because we're in such a good meta right now. Whenever something actually stands out from it, you notice it a lot more than we used to. Before, when something was broken in a meta where everything was broken, it's okay, sure, another thing's broken.
It's just the other broken thing.
The other broken shit.
You know what? I agree with that statement. Because it's when Knights are good, it's ugh, Knights. Yeah. When Eldar are good, ugh, Eldar.
Exactly.
When Tower good, ugh, Tau.
Yep.
You just ugh Tau all the time.
Yeah, everybody ugh Tau all the time.
Extra ugh Tau, right?
It's double ugh Tau.
When Gene Stealer Cult is good. They're like, let's just not make it a faction
Ugh,
anymore.
what was that again? Who was that? GS
Uh,
Husha?
yeah, who? But look, let's go through some of the changes. Like in the balance data slate changes, you know, there was a couple of things that kind of stood out in terms of gameplay.
Yep.
Um, and it was mainly like I don't know, just like regular point changes. A couple of different changes for like the balance data slate for like factions specifically.
Yeah, there were a couple of those.
Notably, yeah, notably, they allowed me to split my Hand of the Archon with a Venom. So I'm just gonna say I'm happy about that.
Yeah, it should be.
Yep, that's the only change that mattered.
No, nothing else matters. Okay, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's it. Maybe we can move on.
You know,
You know,
what
who
the only
cares? Who
changes
cares
that I
about Space
saw, the
Marine?
only changes that I saw for any faction that I play right now, Carnifex has dropped by 25 points, and Screamer Critters
Yeah,
dropped by
you know
10.
what? That was kind of cool. Like like they still hit really like terrible or whatever. They
They're
still
still
kind of
on
need a
4.
one eye or whatever.
They're okay. I've been saying it for a while. It makes me angry that the the unit that created the distraction Carnifex meme, like the name or the whatever you call it, the nickname of a distraction Carnifex is one of the weakest monsters in the Tyranid Codex now. But ironically, if they get cheap enough with their defensive profile, they do kind of become a distraction Carnifex. They're not going to do anything, but you do still kind of have to deal with them, but they're not easy to deal with. So it's ironic in the sense that it's not what it used to be, but it's turning into what they're called now. It's weird that way. Because I mean, at 90 points, T9 or T8, nine wounds and 2 up save. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not good, but it's not
Yeah,
bad.
it's not necessarily like massive, you know. If you're all 40K fans, by the way, everybody's gonna be happy. This Total War 40K, baby.
Oh, you're watching that, eh?
It got announced. No, I just saw it popped up on my phone. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I'm a big
Well,
Total War
there it
fan,
is.
so
We're talking about it live right now. Then it is happening. That's pretty fucking awesome. Then that's
that's
incredible.
awesome. And then like the campaign maps, like a giant like solar system map thing. That's pretty
Well,
neat.
actually, you know what? Because we're doing it now, I feel like there's going to be a co-op campaign in that game, and I feel like
Oh, we should totally do it.
maybe,
Yes. But
maybe.
is there supposed to be a date for this?
Oh God, probably like Medieval 3 was like next year, so this one's got to be around
Okay, so
that
we
too.
got some time, man.
Have to be a Scary Dustin campaign in 40K Total War that we stream. I think that's
Yeah,
gonna have
who's
to
the
happen.
scrub? You decide.
Oh,
The
I
planets
will kick the
decide.
shit out of you in Total War.
Oh,
That
get
is not
wrecked, brother.
even a question.
You and what army,
This
my friend?
they call it a co-op campaign. We'll see. We'll fucking see.
You know what? You're on. Whenever this game comes out,
I'll show you a
bro,
co-op campaign.
I'll show you co-op.
What are the units that I can? Where's my like siege weapons? Just blow up shit near you and fuck with you. Okay, this
It's gonna be epic, and
gonna
we're
be
gonna
epic.
have a year to mess around with it.
Oh, yeah.
That's fantastic.
It's gonna be great.
Everybody doesn't care about this. They want to know more about like the balance state update. We're not giving them any information. We're just podcasting.
I know it's awful that we're doing a podcast on a podcast. We should
It's
get back to
terrible.
the topic at hand here. So
We should get back to the topic.
back to the changes of the data slate that actually matter. Not many others.
Well, like
There's a
okay,
couple. There's a couple.
as a Dark Eldar player, I don't like that Fate Weaver's like out of line of sight damage went to 3 damage.
Yeah,
That's terrifying.
it is terrifying, but not like I'm 1 wound most of the time anyway, except for my vehicles, I guess. So I'm not really. I feel like it made him more consistent in the sense that he went up in points, didn't he, or did he not?
What, sorry?
Did he go up in points?
Yeah, they were up slightly, like 15
Yeah,
points.
okay,
Like, it
let's-
didn't go up much at all.
So he's much better than a lot of people give him credit for. He was before. Now that he's damaged 3, I'd argue that if you can take him, he's an auto include. Like he's just
He also gives you like the extra CP potentially. He also gives
he gives you extra CP and a Vector. That's insane. He gives you extra CP, a Vector, and indirect shot at damage 3. That's insane. That's insane.
That's very cool.
That's very good. That means he gives you triple value without even showing himself. You realize that?
That is very true.
That's insane.
It's very good. Like, if I could, I would, you know?
Yeah, you should. Take him. Put him in your Drukari list. I'm sure he fits.
So we have an update from Davis saying that you're just pissed because there's a balance slate update, and that just makes you angry.
Well, no, but not being remembered by my creator is a little upsetting, and also telling.
Also telling.
What was distracted me? I was going to say something really important, and now I forgot completely. Oh, the other demon change that is ironic that it happened because I just played this fat guy the night before was the Feel No Pain on Endless Gift going to 5 instead of a 4. Thank God. Oh my God. That was the worst.
Absolutely.
I think that is the best change in this data slate by far.
Like, Chaos players.
It's stupid. 4 Feel No Pain on a T3 model. Fuck off.
T13 model. Yes.
The T13, sorry, a T13 model with a 4-up invuln 20. Just fuck off, man. Fuck it. 5-up is just fine for it. Like that. Like, we'll just make it 45 points. Like, I will pay 100 extra points for that. Like, that is insane. Oh yeah. Oh, that was a great change. That was a great change.
Yeah, that was definitely a great.
That was definitely good. Victrix Guard went up a little bit. I don't feel like it was enough. It's not like people
but I don't think you'll run the 18 anymore.
No,
right?
But I don't think it's because of the point changes that you don't run the 18. I think that people run 12 anyway because it's been enough time that people will start to figure out how to play against them and how to kill them, and they'll start bringing it.
Right.
And I feel like if you triple down on it, that's too much. 2 should be enough. That's my opinion on it anyway. They're still ridiculously good. One of the best data slates in the game. But I feel like if you bring 3 of them, then you're committing too much because then if they have the answer to 1, they have the answer to all 3. And you don't need 3 as a layer. Just 2, I think, is enough. But
yeah, that makes sense.
That's my opinion. That was one of the other changes that I know people were waiting for. The Victrix Guard is a boogeyman.
It is obnoxious. It's like not every army can really deal with it, you know. So it does get really.
They don't bother me because apparently I didn't know they didn't have an invuln. So when I shot my -4 no cover into them, he's like, "All right, these are 6s." Like, what? What?
Yeah.
Oh, well, shit. I have the weapon profile to kill these, apparently. Yeah, so that is their biggest weakness. I know not everybody has that option to bring that kind of AP, but yeah, if you have a way to deal with them, do. If you can, do any list right now, just in case. Yeah, there's no reason not to, I don't think. Other data slate changes, though, that are significant. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else that jumped out at me. Because I'm not looking at it right now, I feel like the ones that I remember are the ones that are more important to me. And I think I'm missing one. But I can't for the life of me remember. Fuck. Was there any other big ones? Maybe there wasn't.
Like, we're probably missing something specifically, you know. It is what it is.
It must not be important if I don't remember it, though.
Like, it's... Like, everybody's going to be like, don't forget this or don't forget that. But
there's a lot of little ones, but let's be real.
Little stuff.
Yeah, but little ones don't... I don't care about the little ones. I want the big impacts, the ones that are really people were really looking for. I think Sisters, Admech, Eldar, a couple of the demon things were changes that were things you should pay attention to. That'll make the difference. I don't think it doesn't kill that detachment, but it definitely tones down its power a little bit. Was it necessary? Probably not. But I'm not upset about the changes. Like I said, that 4-up Feel No Pain. The thing is, you see that 4-up Feel No Pain guy die all the time. So I get it. I get it from demon players' perspective. Like, well, he was still dying anyways. Like, yeah, he was. But
like, there's like folks out there being like, look, it's the only thing that survived or whatever. I was like, but at the same time, no, it isn't. Like, I feel like it's just like it's the same thing as like running one big unit that you're hoping survives. Like everything in the game kills everything else. Like I feel like you're better off making a list that has a lot of like smaller units, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then that, I think you're just going to be better off doing that than trying to make a bigger unit that just doesn't die or whatever.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I
Although the scintillating legion apparently is going to get pretty spicy when it comes to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, actually, they look really good. I think with the points changes, they might see Shalaxi more, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, actually, Selaxi and the Keepers of Secrets going down as well. It's not bad either.
Shalaxi went up though, didn't she?
Did she? I don't know. I thought she went down.
But
I thought. Sorry, the Keeper went down. I think no, the Keeper Secrets. Yeah, the Keeper Secrets went down.
yeah, there's there's some good changes there. I think that detachment might actually see some more play now too. I do still like Incursion, but man, we talked about demons.
And yeah, as Davis is saying, hello from to BC, by the way. Currently, we're minus. There's a lot of snow here where I am in Barrie.
Yeah,
it's
there's some outside here too.
A lot.
So much snow.
So much snow. Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of stuff that's been going on. I'm a big fan of the new detachments as well.
Yeah, so let's talk about those. Those are I think the main changes that we got for Grobus right now, these new detachments. Other than the ones that we mentioned for points and data slate, whatever. Let's move on to some detachments because that's where the main changes are, and I think they've been so overall. I think these ones have been a lot more balanced than last year's. Last year's they were the useless and the broken. There was no in between last year. This year it's like they're all. I'd say they're pretty.
They have a little balanced. Bit of They have spice to them, right? Like I feel like it's pretty cool.
I feel like the guard one is one of the better ones because it's like combined arms, but a little bit better than combined arms.
Yep.
Which combined arms is, I think, the most popular attachment again, ironically. So this one should be more popular because of the. I think it's a little bit better. From what I'm hearing, I think most people feel like it's just a little bit better version of combined arms. It's missing reinforcements, which it's one for unit, which isn't. It's good, but with what you can do with it in the guard, it's not necessarily worth it more than what you can get to in the new detachment anyway.
Yeah.
The Emperor's Children was weird. I don't know how I feel about that one. Like, if you like Fulgrim, you should be happy. I don't know if it's going to make him worth it, but as close as he's going to get to what he was before. Let's be real, because that attachment was like, you want to play Fulgrim? Here you go. We'll try and make him.
Look, they made him a little bit. It's not just Fulgrim though. They're like just being able to go through walls with stuff. Like increases the value of
that is
Molder Fiends, even things like Flying Demon Princes and stuff. Like doesn't. It's not good for all that stuff either.
The Flying Demon Princes that did go up in points, thank goodness, because those things are dumb.
Well, people went to 3 right away, and then they were like, okay, let's increase the points here, and then everybody was like, nah, let's go down to 2, and then John Lennon was like, no. Still 3.
Still 3. And then, you know what's going to happen again? People are going to go down to 2, and then someone like John Lennon no. Still 3, guys. It's still 3. They went up. It's still 3, guys. It's still fucking 3.
It's just how it is. Yeah. Right? So.
Yeah, for sure. Especially now. Like, I don't know if you use the same in that detachment. Mauler Fiends look a lot better in that detachment. That's for sure. You're right on that.
Yeah, well, and I think I like that it does have some of that damage dealing that folks really like from the regular detachment that they use, right? Like rerolls to hit and things like that, and and whatnot. I think that still is going to have an impact on it.
Yeah, no, I could see some play with it. The I didn't look too much in the Space Wolf one.
I played against it recently.
Oh, good. So you can tell me about it.
Yeah, it was very good. It was the damage output was a lot more consistent than in the other Space Wolf detachments.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to just pick and choose, it's like Gladius. Like it's got not as good as Gladius, right? Because Gladius is just good.
Yeah, Gladius is just good.
It is good. It's not bad. I like. It's versatile.
This is the most monotone balance or Grotmus
Oh my
ever.
gosh.
It's good.
What kind of opinion? It's good.
It's
fine.
good. It's all right.
Kind
It's
of,
fine.
what kind of,
Hey,
what kind
you
of
know what?
opinion do you need
You
from
know
me?
what? It exists. That's all you need to say about it. It exists.
Oh man,
And
now
good
you're
for it
just-
for
now
existing,
you're just
man.
laying
Good
out
for
my dirty
it for
laundry over
existing.
here.
I'm
Yes,
proud of
okay.
it. Hey, good job.
This is how opinionated I am.
Well done. Well done. That's exactly what we came here for.
Oh my gosh. Now you're just making me feel like I need to be more. Okay, 8 out of 10.
8.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. Okay. We're gonna give it.
I
We're gonna
think
give it
that's
some
a better
rankings.
way for
Okay.
me to express
Nailed
what I
it.
mean.
Okay. Cool. Let's do that with these then. Let's.
Yes. There you go.
Now,
Boom.
now we
found
figured out. We figured out a way to do it.
solution.
All right. So we'll go
Love
through
it.
these and we're gonna give them. We're gonna give them those ratings. So that was
Yeah.
the Space Wolves one. All right. So we can go
Yep.
backwards now. By the way, the Trader Legion painting guide, like 1 out of 10. Let's just move on from that one. Grobus.
Go, we're going through the line. Okay,
Yeah.
neat.
So
I like it. I like
the new
it.
Emperor's Children. We just talked about that one. So the Emperor's Children. What do you vote on that one?
Let's say a 7.
7 out of 10. Yeah. Okay. I
Yep.
I give it a 6. I'd
Yeah,
give it a
the
little bit higher. I
precious number.
feel like it's pushing you into things that you might not want to take.
Right.
So, but I do like the change of it. I do like
Cough, Fulgrim, cough.
it. Yeah, but and other things. I feel like people are gonna go. I'm gonna take 3 Mauler Fiends. I'm like, no, you don't need 3. Don't go that hard.
Yeah, that's true.
This one is one to talk about. The Harlequin detachment. Now, I'm not a fan of Eldar getting another detachment because they don't need it, but because it's Harlequins, I'm okay with this.
so good.
But this detachment, probably the best one of all the Grotmans, I think. Like
It is very good.
It is so good.
It's very, very good.
It is. It's what Harlequins needed to actually see the table again, I think. Not having the character stand back up sucks, but let's be real. Before, in the other detachment, you only take it for the character standing back up. You only take it for that.
Yeah.
Being able to fight and fade is so fucking good and so cool. It's but
like that was,
but
that
it's
was
not. It's not. Go ahead.
It was incredibly good. Like in like 9th or whatever, when they gave it to so many things, or like 8th. It's like so many detachments had this.
And it's not one of those things. It's not broken because there is play against it. Like you have to line up heroics, so you can't. You have to line up a lot of things to be able to deal with it. But man, is it ever good? And it's something that it's not broken because you have to use it right. You have to position correctly. You have to hit the right unit in the right place. And if you don't, you just die because you're still Harlequins, right? You're still T3 with 4 up.
It actually makes bikes usable now.
Yes,
which is
it
really
nice. Does. That's the exciting part because I think that bikes are much more viable than that now. Yeah. This one, I give that one a 9 out of 10 for sure. It's not perfect, obviously, but a 9 out of 10.
I would agree. I think if you were like down on Eldar, guess what?
Yeah, play Harlequins.
It's Harlequin time.
It's Harlequin time. You hear that, Billy?
Yeah.
You were talking about doing Harlequins before. Did Eldar because it was better? Well, now, maybe it's Quinn time again.
That's right.
What's that with is that the Chaos Space Marine one? What is that?
Yeah, there's a Night Lords one.
Oh, the Night Lords one. That's right. Yeah, I actually didn't even read that one.
Yeah, it's it's good. It's like what Night Lords wish they had earlier. So there's a lot of battle shock mechanics and stuff, and then you can add a character to Warp Talons, which I think is one of the biggest selling features of this.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to add a jump pack character to the Warp Talons is really cool.
Yeah, no, that's definitely good. Actually,
yeah, 6-inch piling, consolidate for Warp Talons, and then free strat on them.
I'm just looking at it now. Yeah,
not bad.
Okay. I give this one a solid 7. Solid 7.
Yeah.
7 for the 7th day of Grotmans.
It's probably not as good as Bile or whatever. You know.
No,
what I mean?
but it gives Night Lords a bit of spice, and I like beefing up some Warp Talons. I don't know if they needed it because Warp Talons are already pretty good, but actually with the character, I don't know. You know what? I like that. Yeah. Nope, 7. I was thinking of the 7, but I like it a little bit more than I did. 7.5. I was reading it as I was thinking. So, the Terminator one. That's the That's the Chaos Space Marine one. That's
The what? Sorry.
the Terminator one, like
Yeah.
the Chaos Space Marine one.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Nightmare Hunt. Sorry, I'll get the actual.
Yeah,
name.
that's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, this one. I
That's the one I was talking about. The Warp Talon one.
That is the Warp Talon one. Oh, let's talk about the Blood Angel one.
Yeah.
I was reading the wrong one. I was reading Blood
What
Angels.
are
Oh,
you talking about? I said Warp Talons.
yeah, and then I was reading the Blood Angel detachment. Like, oh shit, that's cool. All right, well, that's actually that's the one I was giving 7 then. So now I got this is the one I have to actually look at.
Oh no!
Oh no, that's still 7. That's still 7. It's still good. I do. You know what? I'm going to give it an 8 because I like seeing Terminators back on the table. I want to see Terminators back on the table. They're just kind of they're so 40K.
It's neat. It's cool. Like the Blood Angel one has a lot of like dark Death Company stuff in it.
Yeah,
which
which
it is.
we
Like,
have
it
been
has
kind of
some
lacking.
really cool stuff in there. Yeah, it's like. Yeah, it's okay. It's decent. I don't think it'll break the bank. I think it's quite good. The damage output is very consistent, right? I think you're going to have to like account for it, right? But I don't think I don't think it just takes away from like angelic inheritors or
Right.
the regular Blood Angel detachments that have been very popular.
It's hard to say if it's better than the other ones. I don't know. Like, it's good. It's on par. It's at least on par with the other ones, like the specific Blood Angel ones. It's on par.
Yep.
But
Agreed.
yeah, so on that sense, it's balanced again, right? But because it's on par, I don't see as many differences. I don't know if it's like get me excited to play that different. The only reason I play is because, hey, this is new. I'll try this right now. I don't see the difference in power enough that I'm like, oh shit, gotta play this for sure. But excited enough that I'd try it as a Blood Angel player. So I don't know. I'm curious to see more of them out there. That's interesting that they have 3 now.
Yep. Yeah, it is good.
And then
everybody should let us know. Like, go into the Discord and tell us what you think.
I'm curious.
Yeah,
we have more Blood Angel players in there for sure, so I'm curious what you guys think. And then we have the Guard detachment. Now, this is
a 9/9. It's just up there with the Harlequin one.
Easily,
it's
easily a 9. Easily a 9. I was gonna give it a little bit less because I feel like I wanted to give the Harlequins more because it was just that much better. But no, I want to give the Guard one a 9 because it is so balanced and well done. Like, they solved the problem they had before with Bulgrim being too strong when they got orders. Now you can give them orders with a unit, but they only give them the specific orders that don't make them broken, but make them very much worth taking.
Yeah.
So I feel like, yeah, I like this detachment. Just it feels a lot better overall. Yes, Ivanite Total War 40K confirmed is stupid exciting. It's funny that people on both of my shows tonight were watching that specifically to see if that was going to be announced.
It's awesome.
Love it.
Cool.
But those are the Grabus detachments. That's what we think about them. Tell us what you think on our Discord, and we will
Please and
discuss
thank
it further.
you.
Now, we have and have had a bunch of team events coming up now. There's a lot more. The season has begun. Speaking of which, I do have a small rant on this because we have
The team event stuff.
we have so many team events coming up, and it is fucking awesome. There's like one a month for the next year that have already been announced that are already been picked up, and people are signing up for it. But for the love of God, guys, can we stop fucking making us buy the tickets right now at a holiday season? Jesus Christ. I have like $4,800 on my credit card for buying the fucking tickets for the year in the middle of Christmas. Give me a break. Jesus.
It's a lot of events.
It's awesome. And we love that you guys are excited about it. It's great. But we need to come up with some kind of actual leeway time of how long do you need to reliably get the players in. And most of the time right now, because there's so many people interested in it, it shouldn't take more than 3 months. It shouldn't. right? I
The
think
lead way.
the lead way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think you need
I
more
don't
than
think
that.
because I think we are past the days. I hope we're past the days. I'm looking at you, Lionel. I hope we are past the days of not having to set due dates for lists and shit to like a month before the event. Where I
Well,
think those days are behind us.
for the RTT, it was like a week still.
Yeah. I mean for like the big events still, because I know that for other big events, especially in the States, there's a lot of travel that goes on with them, like far travel, like plane travel. So they want to have like more leeway. But I think a week is enough. I feel
Yeah, a
like a
week
week is
is. I
enough.
think even 3 days. Like honestly, to be honest.
3 days is the borderline when you're actually traveling cross country for something. So I get it for like the really large events like LGT or LVO or something that has to have at least a week. But I think a week is
The GW events on the day of when you register, right?
that's insane.
It is. It's like a GW event. It's like when you go to get your registration thing, you just have to make sure your list is in. That's it.
Yeah, which is insane. But at the same time, I
But it
mean,
also allows them to like if the update was the week before, the day before, the Wednesday before, it's just the Wednesday before.
hmm yeah.
I personally prefer that, where it's just like you just play
Oh,
current
don't
hammer.
don't get me wrong. I would want it to be that way. I feel like current hammer is the absolute best way to play. I think most people want to play current hammer. The only reason that you wouldn't is because you didn't have time to prep or practice or paint or whatever you needed to do to get that army ready
Yeah,
to change it. And then at a certain
yeah.
point, it's are you going to punish people if they don't have stuff ready like for an event that just had their slate come out like the Thursday of the event, right? Are you gonna punish them? Say, oh, I don't have what I actually want to bring. I guess I'll bring what I already have. Like for me, I'd just bring what I had at that point. But at the same time, I have everything GSC. So unless they came out with a slate and released a
Everything of
model,
what army?
shut up, Scary. Shut up. I hate you so much. But yeah, my point is, please give us a break between having to pay for these tickets for all of these awesome events because I want to go to all of them. My wallet will not allow me to if you keep charging me tickets this early on. Like I think we're good right now up until May for team events, like one a month until May, which is
Yeah,
insane.
well, there's a big one, I think, right after the bash, the Berry Bash, right?
Yeah, that's the Chimera one, the first Chimera big one.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
that's
Yeah,
gonna be
like
great.
I
Looking
can't
forward to it.
make to that. I can't make it to that one,
Of course
but
you can't because I'm going to it.
yeah, I know. I know. We did talk about this.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
we did.
It we got TGS coming up though.
Yes, we do have TGS coming up, which is going to be the first time that you and I have been able to play on the same team
Oh
in
my gosh,
over a
madness.
year.
Really? Has it been that
It's been
long already?
over a year.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna get disowned by the podcast.
Seriously. What the fuck? But you have been on the team a few times. Just the one time that I was not able to make it, you were on the team. So
Yeah, it's also true.
it's just been hard to pair up with. So TJ, it's only a 5-man, but at least the two of us are part of that 5-man. And then we got Dickie, Jeff, and Cody joining us. It's actually a pretty fucking solid team.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really fun team. I really enjoy when I get to hang out with all the folks. It's a good time.
And represent the podcast that you're one of the
And
hosts
represent the
of. Yeah.
actual
The
podcast.
actual podcast.
I
yeah.
love it. Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
you should only get bananas when you're actually on the Stutter Scrub team. Or by yourself.
when
By
I'm
yourself
wearing
is
my
fine, too.
Stutter
Yeah.
Scrub,
When you're
when
wearing your
I'm
Stutter Scrub gear, that's the
Stutter
only
Scrub
time you should accept
jersey,
bananas.
I
Yeah.
can only cash in on them.
That's
Is
right.
that what
You
you're
can only
saying?
cash in on bananas at that point.
Well.
I think that's only fair. That's just my opinion, though. That's just my
Yeah,
opinion.
fair in opinion.
So
Yeah, I could say I can agree to disagree. You're saying?
you can, but I disagree with that. With all the team events coming up and having happened, a lot of people have been asking us of actually because we mentioned pushing in when we talk about strategies and team events. We mentioned like, well, if you have to push this, you have to be ready to push, or if your team needs you to push this, push that, push it real good. And we haven't really explained
What that means, or how to set it up,
or how to set it up. So
prep, or yeah.
we're going to do that today. We're going to talk about what it means to push, how you set up to do that in the team environment, and hopefully it helps you because a lot of people have been asking for this, and it is a very important part of team strategies. when you are keeping track of the scores, or at least the how the games are going in a team event, so you know if you need to start pushing. The overall, I'll give you the basic outline of what pushing means before we go into details of it. What we mean by pushing is all those risky plays you keep second guessing yourself all game, saying, "Oh, I could do that to get some more points, but it'd be really risky." You do all of those. You don't think about
Yeah.
it. You just do all of those, every single one. That's what that's the most basic idea of pushing. Anytime you think to yourself, "Oh, that would be risky, but it would score me a lot of points," you do it.
Yep.
That's pushing.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where, like, as you get good at it, it's one of the reasons why when you play against seasoned WTC players, they tend to play relatively measured
Yeah.
for the first couple turns.
Unless they are playing an aggressive 20-0 list that they need to push hard on.
Or unless the whole plan revolves around pushing, right? So
yeah, exactly.
if your captain has like a meeting before you go into the round and they're like, "Hey, we're going to lose this round, like unless we X, right? Unless we get stuff done," and you're like, "Well, there's no holding back, because if we hold back, we're just going to lose because we've like paired into a loss or whatever."
Yep, exactly.
Oh yeah.
So
that get really spicy.
Generally speaking, and I know a lot of people might disagree with this. This is so. I will caveat this by all of this that we say is our opinion. We are experienced at this, so we do know at least relatively what we're talking about. But take it or leave it.
Speak for yourself. I don't know shit about shit.
We don't know shit about shit. But if you're here listening to us, you might think we know shit about shit. So take our shit and listen to it, and then digest it. Wow, that actually went weird. Anyway, we're talking about pushing, and in a team event, when you both design your list and when you're playing your games, I believe that every single game should be played, at least initially, unless you're a skewed list that is meant to push. Your whole plan is push. That is the caveat here. If you're meant to push and push, which you usually will have maybe one or two lists that are meant to do that. But if you're not one of those pushers, your entire game plan for at least the first 2 to 3 turns should be to play as slow, and I don't mean by the clock, I mean as slow paced in terms of don't lose tempo, don't throw away units, don't push too hard, just play a singles game as if you're trying to win by 1 point or you're trying to tie.
Yep. That's so key, right? Like, don't lose the game right away.
Yes, exactly.
Don't go into the game thinking you're going to lose right away or feeling like you're going to lose right away.
The absolute
don't deploy
minimum
on the line if your opponent can advance and charge, right? Like, just don't be silly.
Don't be silly. You want to keep all the resources you can, keep all the deep strikes you can, because you want to just keep that game as close as you can without anybody getting a real advantage. You don't want to use too many resources because you want to have that ability to potentially push if the team needs it. That is the most important part of this, because if you are already throwing everything forward, you're already pushing, or you already are like putting all your things in aggressive positions, you have no ability to do anything different other than stop. And unless you're already like ahead, usually there's not a lot of reason to just stop. You're already in that position, and it's going to go that way now.
Yeah.
So it's going to start going one way or the other, and you already know that point. If you have a coach, when your coach comes to you, is like,
"Hey, Joel,
thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming and watching us, listening to us." If the coach comes to you and is asking you, "Hey, I can you get extra points?" and you just shrug, like, "I'm already doing everything I can," that can be rough. Because if you're
that's not really helpful.
That's not helpful, because if you were already doing everything you could, and and you were going aggressively, and it already started going wrong without being asked to, that is now skewing the matrix against you. And yes, sure, if it's going well for you, it might be skewing in your favor, but you cannot rely on that. And the coach certainly can't rely on that. The captain can't rely on that. They don't know that's going to be happening. They can't predict that, right? Unless you tell them, "Hey, I'm going to go aggressive. If it doesn't work, I'll tell you." Ideally for this, you want everybody that is not already skewed to be playing conservatively. That is the word I'm looking for, conservatively, for at least the first couple turns. And then most of the time, when you get experienced enough, you've actually played the game a lot, and you played your list, when you're comfortable with your list, which is why we always say you want all the reps of your list. You want to be comfortable with your list above all else. You will know what you're capable of pushing by that point of the game, because you'll see the game state. You'll be able to see the kind of moves you can make, the risk you can take to try and start getting the differential. And remember, differentials can happen really quick, because it's not just you gaining points, it's also you starting to deny them points to get that bigger gap. And that's when we're talking about pushing, you're going to be losing resources because you're going to be denying their score as well if you're trying to get differential. That's why doing it too early might really screw you.
Yeah, and it's also, that's one of the reasons why having a coach is so important.
It is so important,
because
we are going to do an
it's, like,
episode
super
about coaching and how you can help coaches, what it means to be a coach. We'll definitely have an episode on that. Actually, that was a good topic suggestion in the chat as well. So we will have a topic on that one, because coaches are they are game changers in team events. They're absolute game changers. And it's for these kind of reasons. When a coach has the ability to go to almost anybody on their team and say, hey, can you push? Because a lot of the time, you're going to go to a game and it's like, I can't. Or it'll be, if I do and it goes wrong, I'm going to get a 0.
Yep.
But if you go to another table, if you have more tables to go to and kind of assess, hey, can you push? They're like, yeah, I can actually take some more risks. It won't be, if it goes wrong, it won't be too bad. Like, that makes a huge difference, because every point matters.
Humongous difference.
Makes a huge difference.
Yeah. And it's one of those, like, for example, when you know, in the times that we've kind of like been on the team or whatever, and coach goes around and is like, okay, checks all this stuff, and then knows, like, people who know how I play tend to not really check up on my table for that sort of information until it's like turn 3-ish.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you have to let the game develop a little bit to see sort of like where people are in terms of pace. So pushing, being ready for a push, and being ready to sort of get aggressive or get more defensive is also very important to understand your own play style.
Yes.
And when in the game you'll have to sort of make that choice, and whether or not you're in a position to make that choice or not, because your opponent's like got you in a corner, right? Or like has jailed you or put you pressure on, or you lost too many pieces early in the game or whatever. Like, that could be a very good indication of being like, you cannot ask me to push because I am not good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep, I know exactly what you mean. That's why it's so important to, understand your play style too. And a coach that knows their players also helps a lot too. Because I know, like, our coach, like Josh, knows a lot of our play style. So he knows just...
Oh, yeah, 100%.
He knows just offhand who he can go to for more points. Who he could usually ask, hey, are you able to push for some more? Or just come to me and say, Dustin, I need a 20. Fuck off. But...
yeah.
When you know the players, you know their play style. Also, it helps when the coach actually plays the game, obviously, too, and they know, so they can recognize the game state when they look at it. At least from like a holistic standpoint. Obviously, there's going to be nuances they're not going to know about. But it's also another reason that I really like having the points very visible for like anybody to see that's going on the table, either on an app or on like one of the WC tracking sheets, just so it's all written there, so you can see it. And the coach or captain, whoever is going to be doing it for you, can just easily walk over, look at the score, then look at the board, like, okay, cool, I know what's going on here. Don't need to ask for anything, then move on. Because anytime you can avoid interrupting a game, even if it's for a few seconds, that's always preferable. But at the same time, you got to ask sometimes, because you're not going to be able to know everything. It's impossible.
Yeah. Exactly.
So those are all
it also helps. It also helps to know like what your list can and cannot do, right?
Yes.
So, once again, that's why it's so important to just have a great understanding of what your of like how much practice you're going to do with the list. Yeah.
Like I said, the amount, your knowledge with your list, your comfort with your list will make all the difference.
All the difference.
Every rep will make a difference in that, because then you'll start to know your play style. You'll know what your list is capable of in certain matchups and based on the mission and stuff too. And more into the missions too. You need to understand how missions are scored, because that's important to not just score your points, but know how you're going to deny your opponent from scoring those points too. Secondaries are something you can't help as much because they come up as they come up. But primary, you always can interact with preemptively.
Yep.
And those are things you need to keep in mind when you're going to push with that. And if you're doing it too early, you don't have resources to do it with, obviously that ain't going to happen. So that's pretty much what we mean when we say push. That's how to do it. Every game should be played, unless you're a skewed list, every game should be played conservatively so you have that ability to push. But I say don't do it unless, well, if you don't have a coach, then I mean you have to use your own discretion, obviously. Yeah, ask around.
Yeah.
Depending on what the rules are of that tournament, if you're allowed to ask other teams, like, hey, do I need to push? Like, what's going on? Like, most of them will let you do that, I think, at least around here.
Yeah.
But it's just, you need to have that option. As many players on your team need to have that option. Because the more that have it, the
have
more
these
chance you have to do it.
conversations. Yeah, have these conversations before you go to the event.
Yes,
right?
Before the event.
Also, as a team, like understand when something, like you have to be understanding of when something is possible or not,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you can't just like, I don't know, you can't make someone feel bad for not being able to push.
No,
right? So
of course not.
yeah, it's like it's sort of like a tool that you have, but at the same time, you just have to be aware that it's not always going to be possible.
Yeah, and you have to be honest with both yourself and whoever's asking too.
Mhm.
Like, if you can't, or like if you have no real option to it, just say that. Because the worst thing you could do is say, okay, when there was no upside.
Right.
If there's no upside, just say there's no upside. I can't. No, like, or I have nothing left, or like, there's nothing I can push into. Like, maybe he's got like 18 Vitrix guard behind a wall on the only objective that you need to take to get points. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Like, I can't. There's nothing I can do to push. I'm just gonna score my points with it now. And at the same time, you have to be able to take your foot off the gas if you're asked to do that too.
Yeah.
Like, if you're already in the shit and you're taking a risk, you're like, hey, we need you to slow down now and just make sure you score your steady like 12 or whatever. You need to be able to do that too, because if those risks are going against you and somebody said don't let it drop any lower, that hurts too. So
Yep.
I think that's the basis of it. It's not a complicated thing once you get into it. It's really based around allowing yourself the opportunity to push by not
Give yourself the
committing.
opportunity. Be aware of like the game state. It's like one of those things where it's it's very similar to someone who plays a sport who's very aware of their sport. Like they call it
Yes.
what, like game intelligence or whatever it's called. Like there's
Yeah,
a specific
just
sport,
game knowledge. Yeah.
game knowledge or game awareness,
Yep.
game in like instinct,
Mhm.
right? Where having that instinct allows you to understand whether or not it's possible or not.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times you can kind of figure this out, hopefully within a few couple of turns. And
Yeah.
sometimes it can be in direct relation to whether or not your opponent was asked to push or not too.
Yes, because you're going to hear that too. So if you hear that your opponent's about to push, either buckle up or maybe counter push them on a different flank. That you need to be able to assess what you can do in response to that too when you're getting pushed against. That's a whole other conversation. But yeah,
That is a whole
And it's
other one. But we
also
could
the
definitely talk about that at some
also the
point.
other reason that you want to play conservative, because if they tell their like your opponent to push and you have already committed too much shit, you can't weather that storm anymore. That's why you're both almost, it's a game of cat and mouse. So unless you like have an obvious advantage, all right, I'm pushing this part because I'm not going to lose anything from doing it, that's fine. But if you go a little too far, you don't play conservative, and then your opponent is given the order to push, now you have less ability to stop that. So now
Yeah.
it's going to hurt you in another way. Then again, when we say push, it means taking risks that are like, if I make this 9-inch charge onto his home objective, it will really swing the points. Or if I make this, it's things that you're going to be losing more resources, and it might be a little riskier, but it's going to make a bigger differential if it works. You start anything that you're questioning in your head, I don't know if this is the right play because it's
Yep.
risky. You're doing that when you push. You're doing every single
Yep.
one of them.
It's like, this is a 10-point swing if I make this 8-inch
Yeah,
charge or whatever,
yeah.
right?
It's
Yeah.
everything like that. That's the mindset you have to keep when
The
you're talking about
gambling.
pushing. The gambling. When you're pushing everything that's like this is risky, but will make a differential. You do it every time. That's pushing. That is the basics
I
of it.
love
So
it.
I hope that helps with people. It is definitely something that we talk about a lot, but don't really explain it. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps. Now, with all the data slate and the Grotmus attachments coming out now, obviously we have to do a new stud squad because
Ooh,
there
this
is
is one of my
definitely
favorite times. Stud
there's
Squad.
there is so many different changes that we need to start doing another stud squad here. So first thing we do is we go over the original, the last stud squads. The 8-man we do 5-mans now apparently because that's written down here. So the 8-men last time was just vanilla Space Marines, Chaos Knights, World Eaters, Eldari, Astra Militarum, Votan, and then 2 faction specialists. And then the 5-man was Space Marines, a Chaos mix, so not necessarily anything specific, World Eaters, Votan, and then a faction specialist. Those are interesting team comps. So let's go over what our 8-man would be now. And
Hmm.
I I'm gonna start it on
Okay,
space.
guard. Number one, guard.
Yep, I'll take guard there for sure. Astra
Yep.
Militarum keeps their spot. I'm gonna go with Space Marines, and I'm gonna say Vitrix guard at the moment.
Yeah, fair.
Vitrix guard build.
That makes sense.
I
I
feel like
agree
that's
with your
still.
assessment.
I feel that's still a really good. There are other Space Marines build, but generally Space Marines have a place in every team right now. I think.
Yeah.
And Triple Despoiler did not get hit hard enough, so I feel like Chaos Knights is still what you want in an 8-man. I think you still want to take what if you can.
Yep.
So the Astra Militarum, Space Marines, and Chaos Knights right now. What else do you think?
Votan. I think Votan got buffed with their like shooty jacks going down in points.
Yeah, I think Votan are still in a good spot for sure. I feel they would definitely have a spot in an 8-man. Like if you have a Votan player, you take them. Is there anything else that we auto include with what has gone on? A couple of the old auto includes I feel like have kind of gone by the wayside. So I gotta think because Eldari's not one of them anymore. You need a faction specialist for sure for them. Now, you kind of did before, but you could have
Yeah.
gotten away without it. I think now you
Yeah.
absolutely need one if you're going to take them, especially if you're going to play Harlequins. Like you definitely need that faction specialist for that. Um,
That is very true.
I don't know, man. Maybe Emperor's Children. Maybe.
No, I don't think so. I think they're like a faction specialist as well. Atmec, I think, is still very good.
Yeah, but it's still. I think it's still a faction specialist. I feel like Admech is definitely good, and if you have one, you take them. I don't know if it's an auto include though. So we're still talking about faction specialists. Is there any other army that you don't need a faction specialist that you should take in an 8-man? Which normally, because we're at 4 right now, so we need 2 more to get to our normal 2 faction specialist list. But I don't know if I can get there. I can't think of any.
Well, Space Marines in general are just good.
Yeah,
Guard,
the guard just good.
um,
Chaos Knights and Votan, right? They're
Chaos
all.
Knights, Votan, I think they're decent for like a team's environment.
Are we missing?
I do think Dark Eldar right now, like if you have like it's a spectacle
It's
fight list is very, very good.
yeah. I think it's still a faction specialist though. I don't. I don't think I'd
Fair.
hand it to anybody and say, "Hey, bring Spectacle of Spite and kick ass." Like I don't. I don't think I'd do that. I'm trying to think of is there any other ones? I'm looking through them now. World Leader's not there anymore. No, I wouldn't do that. Not the current meta. Imperial Knights, no. Like I don't know. Is it just 4 faction specialists? Is it?
I think look, have we come to this?
Have we come to this?
What we've come to?
Because that's good if that's the case. But is that what it is? 'Cause
I don't know. I kind of want to go through all of them and kind of go through stuff.
right.
I think
All right, well, go
I
ahead.
honestly think you still just take like Atmec. Like I think that's a guarantee.
Really?
It's still that good. Yeah, they still have tons of shit.
They do.
They're
I'm not
still
saying they're
so
not good.
good.
I just are we okay with them not being a faction specialist? Yeah, okay, sure. We'll go ahead back in here. All right. You convinced me without saying much about it. They got so much shit. Yeah, I like so much shit. All right, cool. They're in. All
I love
right.
it. That's what I would do.
We need one more then to get to the regular two faction specialists, unless we're going to have three,
I
which
think three facts that I can agree with.
that you can go down with. You just really wanted that mech in there, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. All right. So we're going to go with three faction specialists. That makes sense. So I think that actually makes it easier for our 5-man then, because there's 5. But for our 5-man, we need at least one faction specialist. So which one of those 5 that we just mentioned? So Astra Militarum, Space Marines, Chaos Knights, Votan, and AdMech will we take out for the 5-man and replace with a faction specialist? It has to be AdMech, right? Or is it Votan? Or is it Chaos Knights, actually? Yeah,
Chaos Knight's more than the others.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we take that one out and then replace that with a faction specialist. All right.
Yep.
Okay. I could be down with that. So that means our
Yep.
new 8-man right now is Astra Militarum, Space Marines,
Yep.
vanilla with the Victrix card, Chaos Knights, Votan, AdMech, and then 3 faction specialists, which could be any variety of whatnot, Guard, Eldar, Drakari, GSC, Tyranids, T-Suns, whatever. Our 5-man is Astra Militarum, Space Marines, Votan, AdMech, and then a faction specialist. That's interesting. Okay. All right, that's our new stud squad. Then last but not least, we are always getting questions now. This is great. You guys are getting so interactive with us with the show questions. I love it. So
just a little ping.
yeah, it's
before
almost
we
like when
get
we
the,
interact with you, you interact with us. It's awesome.
Oh,
So,
is that how that works? That's
it
fantastic.
seems to. So I'll go through all of them because most of them are going to be quick one-word answers. Then there's a couple of cool ones to get through, and I want to get through as many as we can because you guys are interacting with us. I love it. So here we go. Why won't Ridvan take my money for Barry Bash? Because I don't know.
That's all fixed. That's all fixed. That was Nick asking because I hadn't set up the BCP payment thing in like 10 years. And so,
Wow.
or like 8 years. So I had to like
Haven't you been
redo
doing it
all
for
my-
8
all
years
the
or
bank
13 years or something?
for 12, but I'd been
It's
doing
almost
it with
13.
like you just PayPal me or like send me an e-transfer thing. So this time I was like, nah, I'm just gonna do it straight through
Oh, wow.
through Best Coast Barracks.
Yeah, makes it easier, that's for sure. What
Yeah.
does lizard mean to you?
Lizard, 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 lizard. It means everything.
Means everything. All right, perfect. Why is Dustin so ridiculously good looking? I moisturize. Do you win more games when you put your left sock on or your first or right? If you don't put your left sock on first, your first reroll will be an automatic 1. If you were given the opportunity to edit 10th rules, what would you change and why? Okay. That's going to be too many, so let's both pick one thing in 10th edition rules we would change and why.
Ooh.
I actually would.
I would change
Nope.
how fly works.
Oh, you want to go over terrain again?
Yes.
As a Dark Eldar player, I am absolutely shocked. That's absolutely shocking. It is kind of weird that Fly doesn't do that. I'm not gonna lie. It is kind of weird. It feels, but I mean, we also played with it for how long? So yeah, no, I could get behind that. I would like to see secondaries not be visible to your opponent.
Oh, interesting.
I would
So that like you could keep them secret, like to hold on to one or whatever.
Yeah, I would like.
Ooh,
I would like
that
to,
actually. That'd be kind of cool.
I would like to see counterplay kind of go away with it and more of a surprise thing. Like counterplay to when you're trying to gain a secondary, so people have to kind of guess what you're getting. We could streamline the secondaries even more of what they are, so they have to kind of guess. Like maybe you could bait them out into an Overwatch in one spot when you actually want to go somewhere else. I feel like it would make the game more interesting. That's what I'd like to see. Where was
Love
I?
it.
There I was. Now that we're
found
seeing, I found it. Now that we're seeing more data sheets split to separate war gear, what are your thoughts on if pointed war gear should come back for 11th? Oh, I have a lot of opinions on this. I actually hate war gear not being pointed. I do. I love the streamline of it, but some weapons are not equivalent to others. And I don't like the entire data sheet being punished for it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. Actually, I think that it is definitely something that you and me on the same page.
Yeah, I feel like there are definitely some things that if you're equipped with one weapon, you should be more expensive than if you're equipped with this other weapon. Like, because there's so many cases that you just will never take this one weapon because it's shittier than the one that should be more expensive. So, what the fuck? Yeah, easy enough, right?
Yeah.
10th edition terrain is pretty baller, and both the WTC and GW layouts are fantastic, but after so long with them, I'm getting tired of there being only two types of terrain, and both those types being versions of ruins. What kind of terrain pieces would you like to see added to the game? I I do miss forests, actually. I kind of like forests.
Forests, yeah. The thing about forests is that they don't do enough to stop you from just getting shut off the board.
I get
If they
why.
were obscuring, like if they were obscuring, that would be
See,
good.
I think forests with obscuring would be fine because then it's another thing you can actually walk through and engage with.
Yeah, it would be like, and they did that in AOS where they made
Yeah,
forest obscuring.
I feel like that'd
I
be
think
way
that's
better.
fine.
That'd be fine. I mean, you could make a lot of the change a couple of the ruins in like WC terrain with forests that are obscuring. I think that would actually improve the tables a lot. It would get more interesting lists out there too. It would make a lot more vehicles more viable. I think that'd be a great idea. That's what I think.
Yeah,
There you go. Forests. Bam. Nailed it. Greats,
nailed it.
greats are useless. I don't know what to do with greats. They're the ones that just don't. Forest great. I think add forests. Which do you prefer, 8th edition or later AP modification system, or the 7th edition or earlier flat AP system? You answer this first, Ridman, because you've been playing earlier stuff recently.
Uh, I prefer fourth and fifth edition, so
Okay,
I'm just gonna say that
that,
there.
so you prefer the
Which is
just
the
flat
fixed?
AP?
It's fixed. It's not about the fixed AP. It's just there's so much more to it than just that. The flat AP worked, but it did mean that like everybody loved cover because cover
Yeah,
just
because it's
made
4 up.
everything a flat save, right? It was just like a 4 up, like 50-50 you live or 50-50 you die, right?
Hmm.
So at the end of the day, like I guess it's a little biasy,
Yeah, I get it.
because it's like everybody could be a space marine if you sat behind a wall.
Yeah, and right there is why I prefer the new system. Right, what you just said.
The
Uh,
new system is great, but then I like the new system a lot, which is technically the old system because that was the system in second edition.
sure,
But
you're going way back when.
yeah, but that's like AP modifications was from all the way back then. But it's the thing there is the fact that it's oh my gosh, the like then you have okay, well everything's AP1, but then cover gives you +1 AP, but then like they kind of like messed it up and they were like, oh, but 3 up armors can go to 2 up like save, and then they fixed that in this edition, right? Where they're like, oh, you can't get better than a 3 up save if you're in cover. So there's like all these things that they've kind of like had to tweak it. And they're like, oh, you know what? Everything's so dangerous that Marines don't feel like they can survive. So let's make them armor contempt. And then armor contempt became a problem. It's like, I don't know, this arms race is just insane.
Yeah, I do feel like we need to just stop with the arms race on it. That much I can agree with because it's getting a little ridiculous in that sense. And then some things are going to get left behind that will not like Tyranids have a lot of trouble with. Or one of the armies that have a lot of trouble with high armor or armor contempt because their AP they have a lot of trouble getting high AP shit. Like even their stuff that used to be ridiculous. Like I think Genestealers used to be AP2, and when I say AP2, I mean ignoring armor AP2, and now they're just -2, which is the equivalent
No,
of.
they weren't. They were rending. Early
Oh,
on,
they
they
were
were just
rending. They were
rending.
rending. Yeah, that's right.
So
Okay.
like, yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. We
which
had different
actually, you know
iterations.
what?
So it was like
I do
they
miss
had a
rending.
chance.
Why don't we have
I do
rending
miss
anymore?
rending.
Rending,
I
it's just
don't
at least
know.
another AP1. That's a pretty basic thing, right?
It's kind of like it shows up every once in a while where it's like a roll of 6 to wound is extra AP or whatever.
I
Like
actually haven't
they've
seen that.
sort of there's like little remnants of
Ah,
rules like
that's
that
weird.
in like different areas or stratagems or like data
I mean,
sheet
the closest thing
abilities,
they
but you
have is,
never really
oh,
see
if
them.
you have a patriarch, then you get a dev wound, which I guess is kind of like a rending nowadays. That's the closest thing to a
Yeah,
rending,
Dev Wound I guess is
but I
also
guess
the
that's
way. Like
rending.
I
But
guess that's rending
eh,
in a weird way.
it's weird. I don't know. I
Yeah.
I I don't mind invulns in terms of as long as they're not like 3 up invulns when you have like multiple attacks. Like dev wounds for high volume like that feels not like rending. I do miss rending a little bit. But yeah, I like the new version better overall right now. What do you
Yeah.
both want out of 11th edition besides more Ultramarines? Yeah, I definitely want a second version of a third
More
version of Calgar.
Ultramarines.
I need another Calgar model. I don't think
Another
there's enough.
Calgar?
There's
Ooh,
not enough.
Typhus 3.0.
Yeah, there's definitely not enough Calgar models for you to choose from when I play or make a Ultramarine list. I feel like that's a huge.
But you have
huge
to
miss.
allow them. You have to allow them to be. You have to allow each Calgar to be used in the same.
Oh yeah,
game.
absolutely. I want to be able to bring all my Calgars in the same list.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. That I
Yep,
can't.
I agree.
I own both of them. Why can't I use both of them? It's stupid. What actually what I want of 11th edition, the same thing I mentioned that I wanted out of 10th right now is those hiding missions, hiding secondaries. I really want that. That's what I like when I played. What was it? I think it was 8th when we had the the strat at the beginning of the game that you can hide your secondaries. That made the game so much fun, and I know my opponents had more fun with it too a lot of the time. I know you did a couple of those games we played too because it was just
Yep.
so much more fun to not know what was going on. Yeah, because I was the only one that was getting it, it was disadvantage to you, but it was more fun if we could both do that. I think the game would be way more fun, way more interactive in the secondary game.
Yep. I agree. I think that'd be very, very cool. Maybe we could do a game or a stream game where we do that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd do that for
Yeah, it'd be
sure.
kind of cool to just show it off, you know? That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah, and then we'd make sure the GW watches it because they definitely will watch all our content.
Of
For sure.
course. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We're that
We're
important.
that important. We know that. All 8 of us. One of them works for GW, obviously. Obviously, one of
Of
them does.
course.
And then, last but not least, how does one opponent not get intimidated by another? By that I mean, if you see a list that could do immense damage, or has a million models, or has super durability, how do you keep your cool and come at that matchup? Can you figure out his weaknesses and see a way to give it a really good game? That's a
That's a
mind.
that's a very good question.
That's a
That's
good
a very
question.
good question.
It's mostly mindset
It
because
is.
getting intimidated is one thing. How you react to it's another.
Yeah.
Every list
It's
can be
okay to
different.
feel intimidated.
It is.
Like it's okay to feel like, oh, this is like hard to deal with or
Yeah.
whatever. Like it's okay to feel that.
It's okay to feel that way. You can accept your feelings and let those feelings into you, but don't let them control how you play or how you don't play in some cases. I think it's important to know that every list can beat every list, or at least there's a game. There's rarely a time that you walk up to the table and you will not have a game. Mainly because it's a dice game. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
But also
Yeah.
because there are different things you can do. And I'll use the example that I've been using against my opponents lately because they've been really struggling against my Brood Brothers list, and I want to because I want to learn how to play against this too. There is a way that you can change the way you play your list, especially against mine, because mine's very MSU heavy. I do a lot of damage the closer you are. I find a lot of people are trying to control, like trying to kick me off all the objectives, trying to play the whole game. All right, I'll kick you off these objectives, then you kick me off and go back and forth. But I have more resources than them, so I'm always saying, okay, well, you can't outboard control me because I have more
Yeah.
stuff. So what you should be doing is just making sure I can't get to your natural expansion, and then let me have this other one because my shit is very squishy. You're not, and you can kill me very easily. If you just hold that one, focus on that, forget about the other corner. Yes, I will get primary. That's fine because you will too. And then we just fight over the middle. You can't spread yourself too thin. So like an example of that, if you're an elite army against a heavy MSU army, don't try and outboard control them. Focus on your expansion and just especially in singles, you only have to win by 1 point. And if you're in teams and you're in this matchup, if you can't see a way to win the game, don't try. And I don't mean that.
Yeah.
I don't mean give up. I mean get your points. Focus on scoring your points. Forget about them scoring theirs. Get your expansion, and then just play in the middle. Play against the middle. If it's hidden supplies and there's 4 objectives in the middle, then it's even more so. Just focus on your points. Don't worry about your opponents. I think that's a main thing.
That's one of the most that's an important thing. And I think one of the most important things to not get overwhelmed is you have to get, or something that helps me is to be very particular about my self-talk, right?
Okay.
How you talk to yourself is very important. So, there's a big difference between going into something and going, this is a really hard matchup. I'm going to probably lose,
Mm-hmm.
right? To going into something saying, I can't wait to do my best, knowing this is a hard matchup.
Right. So
Right.
mindset.
Two very
Right.
different mentalities
Yeah.
that you have to go into, and it takes time and training
Mm-hmm.
to like educate yourself or to create that habit to like make your brain think in that way.
Yeah, you almost have to talk yourself up. Like what you're saying is even just little things you're saying to yourself instead of saying, "Oh, this is like he's gonna be able to kill me so easily. Like I don't stand a chance in this game." It's like, okay, this is how I'm gonna score my points because if he can't see me, he can't kill me. This is how I'll
Right.
hold this objective. I'll hold it, but that don't throw shit out. Like it might seem if you're trying to like improve your gameplay, it might feel bad to not use a lot of your pieces, but that ends up being what you do in a lot of these situations.
Yeah.
You're holding all these pieces, or you're doubling down on an objective so they can't kick you off of it, kind of thing. Instead of spreading your two Victrix Guard out to two different objectives, you put them both on the same one because your opponent's like, well, that's yours. Like
Yeah.
there
Yep.
there are different little things you can do, and a lot of them will be dependent on the kind of matchup you're in. Like if you are the elite against an MSU, you just focus on the one expansion. If you're it's the opposite. If you're MSU against something you can't really kill, you have to try and spread. You actually have to worry about getting out OCing them on an objective while holding the other ones because you out OC them and you can out trade them potentially. So you have to get your score early. Another one, if you can block them, then you go first. And those are different plays. Like if you're on a mission that is very heavy bottom turn scoring, and you go in first and think, oh, if I go second, I just lose. That means you have to go aggressive. You have to block them. You have to get all your points early on and hope that they can't catch back up to you. There are different
Yep.
game plans for every situation. There's a whole masterclass on this kind of stuff, but the main thing is your mentality.
Yep. Yep. And then of course we could kind of go deeper into it, but like don't bite more than you can chew, right?
Yeah.
So if you go into something like I don't know, the guard list that's like 300 guardsmen,
Mhm.
right? Stop trying to kill 300
Yep.
guardsmen. Kill
Yep.
10 at a time,
Yep.
right? Like don't try kill 300 of them because it's nobody can kill 300 in one go. You got 5 turns. Focus on the things you can do, and just do the thing you can do, and then and then go, okay, your turn, right? Like then make your opponent do something.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Just piecemeal it
Yeah.
sometimes if you have to. Don't bite off more than you can
Yep.
chew, and don't get into your own head. Like I said,
Yep.
there's a whole masterclass of this kind of stuff in terms of what you can do in different situations. But the main thing is, don't get in your own head and just think of the game plan that you can score points. Don't worry about your opponent scoring. Just worry about your scoring.
Yep.
A lot of the time, that'll end up giving you a lot more points than you expect when you're just
Hmm.
focused on that, especially in singles. Actually, you know what? Especially in teams. That's more so in teams. If you
More
just
so in
focus on,
teams.
yeah, if you just focus on scoring your own points
Yeah.
and not worried about your opponents, yeah, absolutely. More if you're expecting to lose that game, that will net you more points with that mentality. Yeah, and that's the show question. So thanks a lot for giving us those guys. Those were good.
That was awesome. Yeah, it was really nice to see what you folks are thinking, which is awesome.
That's what we want. All right, take us out, Sky.
Well, everybody, if you enjoyed the podcast, please leave a comment, like, share, subscribe wherever you are listening to the podcast. It really does help a lot. So thank you very much for tuning in, sharing it with your friends, and telling them how awesome Dustin is and how sexy he looks. Of course, we do have the Discord where you can hop on, and we have show questions and a great community over there as well. Ratings on anywhere that you listen to the podcast are greatly appreciated to help us get noticed as well. We always have little feedback stuff and whatnot, and we really appreciate all of you hanging out with us. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks. I guess it's Christmas in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see you on the next episode, 187. Thanks a lot for
187.
hanging out with us. And I hope you knew and you were able to decide who the stud and who the scrub is.
I
Nailed it.
moisturize.
You do.